Right. Teams is probably a more generic answer. Microsoft Teams. Ugh. Teams is probably a more generic answer. Yeah, so I guess we can also, because we were waiting until today to have the council because of SE2 news, did we ever actually like tell people SE2's status and the fact that it's going to be irrelevant for a long time? I I watched it all. Yeah, I got it all. Yes, so they're doing vertical slices. They're finishing a gameplay element and releasing it. The January 27th release date is basically just bare bones creative mode with no survival planets, even multiplayer support. Um, and that's vertical slice 1, and then like some of the modding tools start coming after that, and then vertical slice 2 is planets and survival, and there's no date on that. And then vertical slice 3 is water because it seems like they've started making their V-Rage 3 engine for a lot of the cool stuff they can do with water. And then vertical slice 4, which I don't believe is even on like written down, even on like the website. Vertical slice 4 is when they are saying multiplayer could be expected. Who knows when that would be? Hypothetically, it could be better. It could be way better. Yeah. There's also the issue of, yeah, they're apparently not supporting the Steam Workshop for mods. It seems like Workshop support's coming for blueprints. It sounded like, but they are forcing for mods, mod.io, mod.io for all of that, and that makes things significantly more difficult for us. A lot of the modders that we've talked to in other non-Star Core circles are not fans. Um, We are noticing the feedback. Yeah, I'll bet. Uh, when people like Enenra, who like made SEUT, are like, "Hey, this is bad. Don't like this." Yeah, but as of right now, their plans are no workshop support. So, yeah. And besides, multiplayer being forever out means SE2 is a non-factor. We're going to be playing SE1 for a long time still. Well, I'm sure there's more to talk about. Once we are done talking about like other ideas, future plans, etc., there are some actual StarCore balance stuff to discuss as well. Oh yes, we were bringing up Space Engineers 2 because I brought up Space Engineers 2 at least because we were going to talk about like framework and weapon core. That's right. Mentioning orrery is certainly something we can and should do. We'll leave it up to you all to decide if you're going to link the repository or anything.
Hi. Okay, yes, so I remember then when I was in another server that did modded gameplay in Space Engineers, that was a server which had, one second, Hargat, okay, as a member. We had naval combat with ships, okay, so like basic naval with water physics. There, they used like a point buy system to add weapons and other things. So maybe we can like um, open the submission for weapons and other mods under like some types of weapon of point system, so we can get some kind of consistency even in between those mods, so then we can adjust them all together to our standard. Just that.
What do you mean by a points buy system? Or you're talking about
Uh,
something different from like our battle points
yeah,
system,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah, yeah. Or maybe we can like get something together between them, but it is like something about hey, you want your weapon to shoot farther away. That will be an additional cost on your weapon. So I don't know, every 100 meters you add 10 points to the gun, or you want to have a higher fire rate, a higher DPS, it will be a higher cost on the gun. So we can have, yeah, yeah, it is not something that needs to be perfect. It is something that then it can allow us to fix all weapons together. So all the submission weapons will have like um, a similar level of overpowered or underpowered, so we can balance them all together.
I've wanted to set up that And I think Nate and I can probably work on this on our own because it's a bunch of stuff that we can do almost without scripting. Is the um like salvage mode. It's like a Starcore match with a bigger field, just free for all or small teams with one ship, where you go salvage from wrecks and build up your ship's arsenal and then fight. That's yes. Yep. Similar to that. It's I think surprisingly simple if we avoid all of the shenanigans with like trying to automatically position people around the outside or have the shrinking zone or whatever. If I think without scripting, Nate and I could probably have a playable prototype without all of the fancy like game mode widgets like Sugma that we can just try out. Yeah, enforcement of rules and start positions and all of that stuff. And I had the same like ideas about like, oh, we could do battle royale if we, get a script to start everybody in a lobby and then they pick their starter ship and it's like scatter them equidistant. You don't need all of that for just like testing out the game mode. You just need the actual gameplay mechanics and then honor system with all of the cool people we've got in this community. I'm voluntelling Nate that we're gonna make our modular weapons looting game mode system with just like customized components and then MES spawning of Rex, and that's pretty much all you need. The capital ship game mode is a cool idea too, where like as a team you build a 35k or whatever, a 35k 50 mil that just is AI controlled to duck and weave to the center, and two teams duke it out to kill the other team's flagship.
Darth, you totally pulled that one out in a way different direction from what I was thinking.
Oh well,
Um,
that I know
that
I've
is a
said
cool
that
idea.
exact. I
Yeah,
know I've said that exact idea before.
yes.
Um, but
Um, but what I am thinking of is something way simpler than that. Um, I have been yammering on with Spartan and Squid about this idea for, again, upwards of a year now. That in its current configuration, Starcore is kind of a dogfighting game, you know, like in the way of its like core game feel, and that's fine, and I enjoy it very much. But I think that there might be a market for something that feels a little different to play, something more like those two cool capital ship combat games that got shut down a few years ago,
Dread?
Fractured Space and Dreadnought. Um, Something more in that kind of feeling. And I know that that is achievable with literally just me going in and breaking relative top speed over my knee, um, and fiddling with some other shit. It's just a matter of like tuning it in. And yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'm chasing the baby around. Can you hear me? Okay. What about pod racing? Yeah, it's pretty easy. The thing that I was working on that ended up breaking though was the rope mod. When Climb adjusted the rope mod for the harpoon mod for Gage's like skyship stuff, the physics are different, and now it like tugs you along and spins your pod, and so that's convincing Climb to figure out what changed and fix it, and if we can't, then no. Yeah, that's still something that we have to ask Climb for, though, and I think I've bothered him enough. With the real planets or whatever. I played a little bit of it. I remember it being fun. Wait, Starcore MOBA is actually really doable if you just auto spawn AI on each team. The only thing it would be missing is like an actual mid game mode like upgrade and leveling up sort of BS that is typical in that stuff, but the gameplay framework totally doable. Oh shit. But yeah, yeah. It would require a bunch more like coding on top of the adding a block to add stats because you would need tracking of like kills or points or level ups to spend on it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Basically just like a weapon upgrading system. That's neat. Airstace, I'm gonna actually have to hit you up about that block for more than just that game mode idea. Fixed weapons only, turning off AI on the CTC. Oh, is that for orrery there, Airstace? Hell yeah. Love me particles. Yeah, like I'm still currently bogged down by all of my 40k modding that I want to finish, for example. Yeah, Nate had been invaluable to balancing weapons as the person who sort of took over for 60 in the DACA dossier stuff and is honestly part of the reason why we cut down to so few weapons. Like we can actually maintain DACA dossier entries on half as many weapons as we had. Um, yeah. I have been calling them tournaments in just like video titles and stuff. They've been abbreviated to TTs for test tournaments. I haven't been calling them test tournaments. I've been avoiding the word test. It starts and ends with the letter. It's fine. Yeah, Person says it. Not even Chet is currently in here when you ask that. Coming back how? As in starting season 5 or meeting again to talk about more things? So is that what we're deciding on? We're deciding on when we're talking next? Sounds good. What do you mean legally? We're not a company. We're not selling a product.